Hey, welcome back, friends, and welcome to episode 23 of my Ultimate Ironman series. You can see I am currently getting 75 crafting! Yay! So that was one of the big goals that I was going for Prifddinas. You know what, let's actually just hold up on the Dungeoneering for half a second. Let's go into our quest and look at the Plague's End quest. I was talking about it last episode that I may want to look into getting Plague's End done sometime soon. I didn't quite realize how much more there was left to do. Just a couple levels that I'm pretty far away from. 75 summoning, I'm at 49 right now. I've been doing an awful job of getting summoning levels up, so that's not going to happen for a little while. 75 range is easy. 75 prayer. I did just get the cremation ability last episode, so 75 prayer could just happen whenever I feel like it. I think it would be worth actually getting up to 85 dungeoneering before getting to 75 prayer anyway, just so that I could be able to do frost dragons, and it would be a way of training up my melee combat, so that would probably be a decent option. 75 Herblore. Herblore is just a slow skill to train, so at 66 right now, I'm probably just going to continuously slow train it, so I'm not in a super rush for that. And 75 Dungeoneering is going to happen just while I'm doing Dungeoneering, seeing as how I'm grinding it out right now. But Plague's End is quite a ways away, might as well all the quests that I have to do. So I'm not going to be super worried about that right now. Obviously still working towards it, but I am already up to 75 crafting, so I may be able to actually just stop doing crafting in Dungeoneering. I'm not sure what I would do with my money otherwise, but I think I'm going to stop doing any mining, smithing. I'm just going to get wood cutting, fire making, and fishing, cooking. That's probably all I'm really going to be doing in Dungeoneering now, once I finish up what I'm doing with these and see how much gold I'm going to actually be having and see what I want to be doing with it. I may actually start training up Herblore a little bit in Dungeoneering. I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do exactly. I know Herblore is very slow to train up in Dungeoneering, but there's no good way of training up Herblore anyway, so that may have to happen here. We'll figure out what we want to do here in a couple seconds, though. Just got another level a couple minutes after I got the 75 crafting. Got 80 farming. Again, player-owned farms, so overpowered. I'm getting really close to 81 farming, actually. And 81 farming is when you can get the mutated Zygomats. That is the eventual goal here, so I just wanted to mention this, and I'll be back in a couple seconds with 81, hopefully. Another really quick level, just got level 50 summoning. I was not really paying attention and just doing some AFK pillars just to get this event done. And honestly, this event is giving me some pretty good experience in a lot of like really weird levels. Right now I have summoning, prayer, and smithing, all of which are pretty nice to be getting free experience in. And 50 summoning, obviously going towards actually getting into Prifddinas, so always nice to get some free experience. I am actually getting a decent amount of levels from this Halloween event. You can check and see. I now am at 55 prayer. Nothing huge got unlocked from that, but I was just doing the prayer pillar and just happened to pop the level. This is actually really good for prayer summoning and smithing experience, as well as Herblore, because when you go in and stabilize the portal, you do get a couple of lamps every now and then. So I'm training up 4 of the relatively hard to train skills early level, and it's not actually that hard. We're just getting a little bit of token experience and slowly leveling them up. I know, I've been having a lot of player-owned farms recently, but 81 farming. Reason why this is so important is because I can now raise and breed Zygomites. This is going to be the best medium level creature to do. I've been currently going with sheep, which only give me like 1,500 experience for every single time they get to an elder. These Zygomites, they're like 80,000. It's absolutely insane the amount of XP you can get from those. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go start doing a little bit of farming mushrooms. I think I only have 1 patch available to me because I don't actually have any of the Prifddinas. Don't have any of those challenges done yet because I haven't actually gotten into Prifddinas. So we are going to have to, we're just going to have to go and farm 1 patch and hopefully get a couple of mushroom spores so that I can plant those and get a Zygomite here pretty soon. Just got another surprise level. I swear, I just keep EFKing and happening to get more and more levels. Just got 60 smithing just from AFKing this. All the levels I need for kindred spirits, not even close to that quest requirement though. Can now make all the steel traps. Again, kind of useless. Blast furnace may have a use. Argonite in Daemonheim, that may have a use. Besides that, not a whole lot for level 60 smithing, but it is getting me closer to invention. Do need level 80 smithing for invention at some point, so that is something to be working towards. Just got another level 70 divination. I honestly did not think I was going to get it from this cache. I wasn't even recording, that's why it took me a couple seconds to get the recording up. But I did get 70 divination. One nice useful thing about it, Hall of Memories, there we go, that's what I was looking for. Hall of Memories is now unlocked. That means that it's a little bit faster for me to actually get to the cache, because I can now just open this up and teleport to my memory strands, and I can go directly to the Hall of Memories in order to get to cache. Makes it a little more convenient to get there, so probably going to be doing it a little bit more. Also, I'm going to be looking into whether or not it's worth doing the cache, or doing Hall of Memories right now, because I know it gives you like a set amount of XP. I don't know if it's something that's easier to do when you get a higher level or not, so I'm going to have to look into this, see if it's something worth doing right now, as soon as I got it unlocked, or if it's something I should be waiting on doing until higher level. Sorry about the not live commentary, but I unfortunately had a little bit of static on my microphone for a couple of these clips, so I wanted to get something a little bit more refined than that. First up that I did, I actually got the Nature Talisman. For some reason, I didn't have the Nature Talisman already. I did go to the Nature altar with like 200 essence on me, and just figured I would have it by now. Apparently about 2 to 3 months ago, I actually forgot to finish that out, and I never got the Nature Talisman, so went back to the Abyss, got that. So I'm a couple steps closer to getting the Omni Talisman. Only need Death, which requires Morning Zen Part 2, which I do not have completed yet, and then I need the Soul Talisman, which will happen eventually whenever I actually get back into Menaphos. Next thing I did get 65 rune crafting. That does unlock the death runes that I just talked about. Nothing really big at 65 rune crafting. I'm just working up towards trying to get a little bit better rune crafting level. That's one of those things that's very beneficial. I just hadn't gotten into yet. And last but not least, I also finished up the Halloween event, or as finished up as you possibly could. I got the final reward from it, so the 4th actual orb. And that unlocks a scroll, which is extremely useful for this type of account. The scroll actually gives you 25% more experience for all gathering skills while you're in dungeoneering. It's already pretty beneficial to get woodcutting and fishing in dungeoneering, just while you're training up dungeoneering, assuming that you are doing a one-man party. You're not slowing anybody else down like you would on a main account, so it's definitely worth going and getting all that woodcutting and fishing experience. It's also potentially worth doing mining just for the GP. I'm going to be debating whether or not I want to do mining in the future in dungeoneering, but definitely woodcutting and fishing is very beneficial to have the extra 25% experience. It's just free experience for something that I was already planning on doing. We are coming back with a little bit more progress. As you can see, I just got 70 rune crafting. I was just kind of trying to come up with something interesting to do while I am farming up the mushrooms. Speaking about which, I do have my first Zygamite already in my player-owned farm. I think it was a female. Each of the Zygamites do give like 80,000 farming experience, so it's definitely worth going and getting them. I'm at 83 farming right now. If I don't manage to get it by the time I get to 86 farming, I can actually just grind it out with the arc mushrooms. But for right now, we are just doing the rune crafting and occasionally going and planting some Morchello mushroom spores in order to get, hopefully, 2 Zygamites. That being said, it is a 1 in 50 chance, so it doesn't take that many chances. It's on average 1 every 5.5 trips. So it still may take another day or 2 to actually get enough of the Zygamites to be worth it, to get my second Zygamite. But hopefully we will be getting that here soon. I did just manage to get my second Zygamite here, but if you check the genders, the first one is male and the baby one is also a male, unfortunately. So not really helping me out a lot. It does give a chance that they will adopt another Zygamite. I think it's a very, very low possibility chance, so I'm going to keep
going ahead and getting more Mochella mushroom spores if I need to continuously farm up these mushrooms. They are relatively common for how much you actually work for them. The problem is you do have to wait quite a bit of time, like 4 hours in between every single Morchello mushroom collection time. It may actually be worth starting to do some quests here soon just to get the second Morchello mushroom patch unlocked. Not really sure. If I get this pretty quickly, I'm not going to worry about it. But I am kind of starting to train up a little bit of other things. I am going for rune crafting as well as basically just a lot of the other miscellaneous skills that I'm going to need in order to get nature runes. Nature runes are going to help me because I want to train up smithing with the goldsmithing gauntlets. I have level 80 set up here. That way I can start working towards invention. Crafting is something that's going to happen just while I'm doing dungeoneering. I have decided to continue doing crafting during dungeoneering, so whenever I get back into dungeoneering, probably when I finish up these Zagamites here, I can get back into dungeoneering, and that will be beneficial there. And then I also have Divination that I'm going to have to get up to level 80. I'm just starting to do cash a little bit more religiously than I used to. But all in all, a lot of progress made this episode. Already up to 1830 total level, or approximately. I have started making my nature runes for that, but I have quite a ways to go on my rune crafting level, so that's something that we're probably going to be focusing on pretty hard next episode, is the rune crafting level and making sure I get a female Zagamite here. If you guys have enjoyed this episode, though, go ahead and hit that like button down below so I can see your appreciation, and also subscribe to the channel so you can see all my future content. As always, though, have a good one.